So the world is spinning faster and change is getting more dynamic and more complex. For boards, that means that what I see in the market is boards are still able to set a future vision, but they're less able to set out a detailed plan for delivering on that vision. So in order to make the most of the opportunities and threats presented by change, what they need is the information, the options, the scenarios, the potential impacts that will allow them to be braver, because I think that's a new capability that we need to see in boards, and to make no regrets decisions. So to do things that are directionally in line with the vision without necessarily locking down every step on the way. So for PPM as a profession, that means less reporting what's just happened and more getting into the predictive and scenario planning space. So 10 years ago, what we saw was clients setting out a vision, strategy for delivering the vision, plan for delivering the strategy, then we'd get into execution, then we'd start tracking the budget and then thinking about benefits. That just won't work today. So if in a dynamic world, boards are able to set their vision but not a plan in detail as to how they're going to get there, then the least they can do is put some markers along the way so that as they go through the journey, they've got some way of calibrating whether they're going to achieve the outcomes and the end vision. So for me, benefits management is integrally linked right up front with the strategic thinking. So I think the first thing is probably alignment, which is one of those really easy words to say and not so easy to figure out, but it's in lots of respects it comes from the gut actually. If you're just looking at whether you've got everybody in the organisation on the same page, really on the same page, and one of the signs of not having everybody on the same page is when you see stress throughout the organisation, and if an organisation is trying to change too fast, actually you do start to put pressure, too much pressure, cumulatively on the organisation and to key individuals, not least of which would be the board members. Secondly then for me would be gaps and overlaps when you look at the overall change portfolio. So at a simple level, I would be looking for signs of pet projects. And then at a more strategic level, at the enterprise level, I would be looking for whether you're really getting the kind of return on investment that you expect based on benefits realisation plan that you've put in place. So when you've got changes that are negating what other changes are doing, you know that you've not got a tight portfolio. And I guess the third thing would be agility. So if there is some kind of change, some kind of shift, how quickly can your organisation respond to take either advantage of the opportunity or to guard against a threat? So executives don't need help with what's just happened. They should already know that. They need help with predicting what their options are looking ahead. So at a basic level, good digital tooling is a way of helping executives to focus on key information. But at its best, it is actually able to support the board's thinking by working out options, scenarios, latest dates by which they need to make decisions. So for me, digital tooling goes hand in hand with an organisation being agile. I'd leave the audience with two questions. So if you're a board member, I would say, is your board ready to listen to and take some of the kind of take the risk and take some of the opportunities and threats that come along with dynamic change? And if you're in the portfolio function, I would leave you with the question, well, are you ready to step up? Are you ready to step up to support your board in some of the challenging decisions that they're going to have to make?